Hey guys, it's Allison. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2019 skincare and makeup favorites. I wasn't planning on doing this video originally. It is a video that I do enjoy watching, but I was thinking, and today's literally New Year's Eve, and I was just reflecting on the year a little bit, and this year has probably been my first fully active year on YouTube where I somewhat consistently uploaded videos. So yeah, I thought it'd be nice to film this yearly roundup and just kind of document the beauty favorites that I currently really love. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to me this year and before. It makes me really happy to see more of you guys want to see videos from me. I literally have so much stuff spread out around me right now, and I'm going to lose track because I organize things into piles and they're all jumbled up now. But I feel like I'm going to be talking so much in this video, so I'm just gonna get started. So I'm gonna start off with skincare. This year in particular has been pretty pivotal in terms of skincare for me. I feel like I've really stopped purchasing so much skincare and trying all the new things. I really tried to keep an eye on my skin condition and seeing how it responds to certain products. And yeah, I've been really happy with my skin throughout this entire year. I think I get some pretty pesky fungal acne bumps on my forehead occasionally, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on treating that now and just sticking to a pretty good skincare routine. For cleanser, the standout product for me is definitely the Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser. I started using this over a year ago, but it's still my holy grail. I still use it every single day. I don't feel a need to try a new cleanser. It just is fungal acne safe and it cleanses my skin but doesn't strip it too much or anything. I recommend this cleanser to anyone who has any kind of sensitive skin or acne prone skin, or just everyone in general. I think it's a really great cleanser. This one might be a little bit cheating, but this is the Vita Propolis Ampoule from Leegeehaam. This is a completely empty bottle and it's a very small one at that. I haven't repurchased this bottle yet. It hasn't really stood the test of time, I would say, but I really liked this when I was using it. I felt like my skin looked great and it just really, I don't know, helped my skin and was helping breakouts that I was having at the time. With the one I'm currently using, I don't really feel like I see any results, but this one I felt like I really did. Another kind of standout product for me that I don't use every single day, but one that I feel like I actually have seen results from, is the L'Oreal Paris RevitaLift 10% Pure Vitamin C Concentrate. So this is a fungal acne safe L-ascorbic acid product. I don't have the ingredient list in front of me, but I think it's just really potent and works really well because it's not suspended in a water solution. That also makes it more stable. So I think this is just a silicone based vitamin C kind of cream almost. This is kind of what the texture looks like. This aluminum packaging isn't my favorite because I find that it gets holes in it really easily or rips, especially when you have to squeeze out product. So I feel like mine is a bit busted at the top. But yeah, I used this throughout the year and I really felt like this was the only thing I actually really saw some results from for lightening my really stubborn hyperpigmentation. If you're in the market for a nice potent fungal acne safe vitamin C treatment, I would definitely give this one a try. The sunscreen that really has my heart at the moment is the APU Subuji Suncon SPF 50 PA Quadruple Plus. This is a Korean sunscreen. I don't know off the top of my head what the filters are, but I really like the texture of this. I feel like it's been great for the fall and winter months because it's a bit of a thicker cream consistency. It doesn't have any white cast. It's a chemical sunscreen. It does have some added fragrance, which doesn't bother me, but just something to be aware of. And yeah, I've just been really liking this sunscreen for the second half of this year. It's the one I've always been reaching for. It has a really great texture, doesn't leave any residue, works great for the face and the hands. And yeah, I think I'm going to keep repurchasing this one. The moisturizer that I was faithful to for a good majority of this year was the Hada Labo Skin Plumping Gel Cream. And I really like this moisturizer. It's just packed with so much hyaluronic acid and it just really makes your skin look super plump and hydrated, which I loved. I don't think it necessarily broke me out, but I think my forehead was still a bit sensitive to this product because it does contain arginine and squalane, and the combination of those two ingredients can feed fungal acne. So I decided to just completely rid the combination of those two ingredients from my skincare routine for a bit. And I don't have it here with me, but my KraveBeauty Oh So Simple Water Cream is the moisturizer that has replaced that, and I've really been loving it. After I eliminated all the skincare products that I was using that contained arginine and just stuck to squalane as a whole, I felt like my skin has been doing fine. And yeah, I really like the texture of the KraveBeauty cream. I have a full review that I will link up there in the corner, or this one. In terms of hydration, another holy grail for me is the Hada Labo Gokujyun Premium. It looks like this and comes in this gold bottle. And this one is just like a thicker hyaluronic acid serum. I don't know how many types of hyaluronic acid it contains, but it contains a lot. It's really great for my dry skin, and I honestly can't live without this. Another product that really saved my skin this year is the Stridex alcohol-free maximum strength salicylic acid pads. These are amazing. They work immediately at clearing up the fungal acne and just acne on my skin in general. I just really love this product. It's so cheap and really effective. This other product is more of a recent addition to my skincare collection, but it's the I'm From Mugwort mask, and I feel like this one is kind of like the more sophisticated version of the Stridex pads. This is a wash off mask, and basically it's just so good at clearing up your skin, but doing it very gently and in a nourishing way. I don't know how it works, and I'm not super familiar with mugwort as an ingredient, but I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and I have to say that it really works and I really love it. I actually used this last night because I had just gotten back from traveling and I forgot my skin cleanser like halfway through the trip, so my skin was looking really congested and kind of nasty. But after one night of using this, I feel like it looks so much better. No irritation whatsoever. It's fungal acne safe. It's a bit on the pricier side, but I really recommend it. Okay, I think that's it for skincare. Let's dive into the makeup. So I'm just going to start off with tools really quick. I don't have all my brushes here, but I did mention a lot of them in my favorites video that I will link. But I did want to mention my favorite beauty sponge of the year by far. So this is from the brand Shop Miss A. I'm not super familiar with the brand, but basically they sell like a bunch of dollar makeup, and a lot of it is quite high quality. This sponge is great. I think this is called the like Paw blender, and it's only like $1 each. I feel like it's extremely close to the original beauty blender, both in terms of like the size of it, the texture of it, and the shape of it. I also find that these sponges last a lot longer than a lot of other sponges I've tried. So once in a while, Shop Miss A will have like $1 shipping on their website, and so I just like stock up on these beauty sponges. Okay, moving into face products, I'm just gonna start with my all-time favorite under eye concealer, and that is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. This concealer has a bunch of mixed reviews online, and I think it's because the texture is so different from a lot of other concealers. But let me tell you, if you have dry under eyes, this concealer is a lifesaver, because I don't know what it is with my under eyes, but they are extremely dry, and I feel like a lot of the other concealers that I've tried just look so bad underneath my eyes. This one is extremely dewy and creamy and thick, and so I feel like it doesn't like immediately settle into the lines. This concealer has great coverage. It's just, I don't know, it's just the perfect concealer for me. Foundation has never been something that I've worn every day, but this is the closest I've gotten to finding a foundation that could work for every day, or that I would want to wear every day. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. I have mine in the shade 52 Vanilla, which works pretty well for me, and I honestly think this foundation is perfect. Like, it has a good amount of coverage, but it still looks very natural and skin-like. It has a relatively dewy finish, and it's fungal acne safe, so I don't have to worry about using it on my forehead, which is an area that I avoid putting concealer on because most of the concealers that I own are not fungal acne safe. So this is perfect for evening out my skin and just providing a nice, even, natural, dewy canvas. So after foundation and concealer, I would definitely set my makeup, and the best powder and my favorite powder that I've used this year is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This is the travel size one that I bought, which I actually really like because the full-size packaging is pretty big and seems like it would be hard to travel with. But if you have dry skin and you're looking for a loose translucent setting powder, I honestly think this is the best one out there. This one has been my favorite. Again, my under eyes are the driest part of my face, so that's really the true test. And I would say that this powder is the least drying out of the powders that I've used. I will say I don't love the packaging. I feel like I would enjoy something with like a net a little bit better. I have like a decent amount of powder left, but it's really hard to like get it out of the little dots now. I don't know if you have this problem with the bigger packaging, but just something to note. Okay, let's move into blush. So this was the year that I definitely got into blush and all types of blush, cream blush, liquid blush, powder blush. So I have all sorts of favorites here. Definitely one of my favorite blush products from the year has been the Flower Beauty blush bombs. I have a collection of 4 shades now. I haven't really used these 2 shades as much, but I have used Pinched and Nectar quite a bit. Pinched is a really nice, very natural nude kind of pink blush. Nectar is a bit more peachy and a little bit darker. I feel like there are a lot of great liquid blushes on the market now. These are probably the most comparable to the Glossier Cloud Paints, and I do have those, but I just really like these a lot more personally. I like the packaging so much more. I like that you can see how much product is coming out and really control how much product comes out. And I also like that the formula on these is a lot sheer and a bit more dewy and gel-like rather than just like a liquid that dries matte. For cream blushes, the standout for me has been the Nudestix Nudies Matte, and this one is in the shade Sunkissed. This year I really got into the more kind of like terracotta kind of blush shades, and this one is really, really nice. The formula on these is really nice. It's not as like dewy or wet as the Flower Beauty blush bombs, but it gives you a really nice natural finish. I love using these in the summer. I feel like it's the perfect kind of balance between the natural cream blush kind of look that's not going to like slip and slide over your face. For powder blushes, I have 3 favorites to show you guys. I feel like a lot of brands launched powder blushes this year as well, and a lot of the really popular ones like the Cover FX Duo, the Buxom Wanderlust blushes, I do have those, but for some reason I just don't really like them as much as these. I have to say that one of my favorite blush formulas is the Clinique Cheek Pop, and these have been out for a while, but I just feel like the formula is just so good on these. It just has this bit of translucency to it that looks so natural on your skin because it shows your skin texture through the blush, and so it doesn't look powdery on it at all. It has a really nice, healthy, natural sheen to it, and I also really like the color of this one. This was in Fig Pop, which is again kind of that like terracotta color. I really hope that Clinique comes out with more colors in these because I just love the formula so much, and I would just like to see a bit more of an updated color range. They have quite a few like pinky, peachy, and like fuchsia toned colors, but I'd love to see like more nude browns and like those kind of colors. A step up from the sheen in the Clinique Cheek Pop is the MAC Extra Dimension blushes. I really like these as well. These have a much more intense sheen depending on which color you get. This one's a really nice peachy color with a lot of golden shimmer in it, and the shimmer is very fine, so it looks more of like a sheen on the skin. I really don't like blushes that look too shimmery and like glittery. I feel like those aren't flattering on your skin texture, so I feel like the MAC Extra Dimension blushes just really have the perfect amount of sheen to their blushes. For matte blushes, I have to say that I really enjoyed the 3CE blushes. If you're around my skin tone and you like more of a natural blush look, then I highly recommend checking out these blushes, especially for like Asian skin tones. I think the colors just go really well. Like even this color is quite a light, very natural color, and like when you swatch it you don't really see much, but on the skin it just looks like a really nice blush. I also feel like these blushes have a bit of like some kind of smoothing properties to it, and in general they just like make your skin look really nice. Okay, moving on to bronzer. My bronzer collection has also increased quite a bit this year, but when I was pulling through my drawer and pulling out my favorites, there's only really like 1 or 2 products that stood out to me. The first one is the Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. I have mine in the lighter shade Baked, and this one is just a really great cream bronzer. It's not quite cool enough for me to use like as a contour, but I can definitely wear this on its own, and I think the color is really nice, the formula is really nice, It's like not too dry, not too slippery. It's pretty comparable to like the Nudestix formula, I would say, but it's just like such an easy to use product, and you get so much product in this tube. I've seen this product talked about so much on YouTube this year, but I actually feel like it's worth the hype. The other product that I wanted to mention has also had its heyday on YouTube. I want to say like maybe 2 years ago, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronzing Glow, and I stopped using this for a while, but once I picked it up again, I haven't reached for anything else. I feel like there's just something so right about the color of this contour color. I love that it has like a teeny bit of sheen, so it's not super flat and matte on your skin. And when I first got this, I wasn't a big fan of the highlighter, but I tried it again recently and I actually really love it. It's a bit on the powdery side, but I usually set my face every day, and I feel like the setting spray just really helps this highlighter come alive and settle into your skin. Moving on to highlighters, gotta give a shout out to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have mine in the shade 2 Light, and honestly I think this is the only liquid highlighter you would ever need. It's just so perfect, so beautiful. It just gives you that perfect glow from within glow. And yeah, I haven't tried any other product like this, and it's just really good. For powder highlights, one of my favorites has been the Essence Pure Nude formula. I have the Pure Nude highlighter and the Pure Nude sunlighter. The highlighter is just like a little bit too pearly for my preference, and the sunlighter is really golden and a little bit too deep for my skin on its own, so I really like to mix these two together. If you're the kind of person who likes to powder their whole face and like a really flawless kind of finish, these highlighters are perfect at giving you that like natural glow from within look on top of a powdered face. I feel like these just give you a very smooth glow, whereas some other highlighters give a very like pop glow. I would say this is a highlighter that gives you a pop, and I've really been liking it. It's the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia. I just really like the formula on this. It's like a bit on the thinner side, so it doesn't look powdery on the skin, and it just gives you a really pretty kind of almost iridescent sheen to your skin, and it's a really nice light gold color. If I want a really intense highlighter, I will reach for this highlighter, and it's the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade On the Cusp. I've tried other Super Shock highlighters from ColourPop, but this one in On the Cusp is similar to like Flexitarian, which is a super metallic reflective formula, and I definitely think it's the best one. I like On the Cusp a lot better than Flexitarian because Flexitarian is pretty silvery and pearly, whereas On the Cusp has more of a champagne tone to it. I just really love this highlighter because it really gives you that intense shine without looking very powdery or glittery on the skin. Okay, we can go to brows really quick. This is definitely my favorite brow product of the year, and it's the Shu Uemura Hard Formula. I have mine in the shade 9. This product probably isn't for everyone, but I love it personally because I have like quite a bit of brow hairs. Like I don't need to really draw new brow hairs, but I do like to fill in the gaps and just kind of make things look a bit more perfected. And this pencil is perfect for that because I feel like it's like a nice in-between of a brow powder and a brow pencil. It gives you that more like natural filled in look of powder, but with the precision of a pencil. And I just really love how this makes my brows look all the time. I also really like that you can sharpen it because you can get a really nice fine tip if you need it, and because it's not retractable, it like is going to last forever. This one isn't a new product by any means for me. This is the Glossier Boy Brow, and it's what I've been using pretty much the whole year. This one is in the shade brown, and I like to use the shade blonde when my hair is a bit lighter just to line up my brows a teeny bit. I have a quick eyeliner shout out. I've been really liking using brown eyeliner this year, and I found this one from Hero and Make to be perfect. It has a brush tip, which is definitely my favorite. I feel like most of the brown eyeliners that I've tried from the States are quite dark, but this one is a really nice neutral brown that is soft but still provides enough definition. I'm going through some other eyeliners at the moment, but I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this one when I run out. Okay, I have 3 eyeshadow palettes to share with you guys this year. This one is probably the first palette that I got the most use out of at the beginning of the year, and I don't know if this is limited edition. It probably is, but it's the NARS Wanted eyeshadow palette, and this is what the inside looks like. It looks super new because I actually repurchased this palette because I dropped it and like this shadow shattered when I was traveling. and the shadow is like one of my favorites, so I had to repurchase this palette because I actually did get quite a use out of it. I would say I could honestly just do with this half of the palette. Like, I don't really use these shades very much except for this dark brown color. Honestly, I think I would replace this cream eyeshadow for the dark brown one, and then this would be like the perfect everyday eyeshadow palette for me. This is just a nice size palette that has all of the essentials that I like to have. These two colors are perfect for transition and all over the eye for an everyday basis. I absolutely love this glittery color right here. It looks really pretty on top of the eyelids and in the inner corners. I love it when there's like a deeper metallic brown color because I also like to put that all over the eyes. And I love having a really dark brown to like smoke out some eyeliner if I ever want to do that. So yeah, I feel like NARS always comes out with a bunch of different limited edition palettes. I hadn't heard a lot of people talk about this one this year, but I do enjoy their eyeshadow formula, and I think this one has a really nice set of colors. The other eyeshadow palette that I felt like I could really rely on this year actually is the Anastasia Sultry palette. And again, this isn't one of the more popular palettes that I feel like a lot of YouTubers talk about, but for my kind of eyeshadow looks, I feel like this one works really well for me. Again, this one has some really nice transition shades. I use Birch pretty much every time I use this palette. Sometimes I'll mix in Twig, and then Dystopian is a really nice brown to like deepen up a look. And there's also a black, which I can also use to smoke out eyeliner as well. And then you just have a ton of really pretty metallic shades. And I feel like the metallics in this palette have a bit more dimension and glitter in them, which I really like. Because I feel like the regular satin metallic formulas look a bit flat on my eyelids because there isn't a whole lot of space where you can see them. So I really like how these shadows look on my eyes because they just have a bit more dimension and sparkle to them. It's also really easy to do like an everyday look with this, but also get a lot more glam. And the last palette is the most recent love of mine, and it's the Pat McGrath Mothership 6 palette, which looks like this. It's funny because I actually bought the Mothership 5 palette after seeing so many people use it on YouTube and talk about it, and I thought that one was going to be the like neutral palette that was going to be very wearable, but I had that palette for months and I never really reached for it. It had like one really pretty rose gold eyeshadow in it, but that was the only one I would reach for. So when this palette came out, I decided to sell my Mothership 5 and pick up this one. I think the reason why the other palette didn't work out for me was because it looked like a beautiful wearable warm toned palette, but the warm tones were a bit too strong, and then there was like yellow glitter and green glitter, and those weren't super wearable for me. But I feel like this palette is just so wearable. Again, I feel like I could actually use every color. This one is a really pretty pearly highlight color. This one is a really great deepening or eyeliner color. This one's a perfect transition color. I've been really into olive green eyeshadow this past month, so I've been really liking this one. And of course, these four glitters on the end are so stunning. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but I actually used the purple eyeshadow for the first time today, and it came out super wearable and pretty, and I really like it. I absolutely love this glittery shade right here. It's just so pretty. Okay, for mascara, I have three favorites as well. Two are very similar, and I'm actually trying to like test out the exact differences, but this one is the Heroine Make Volume and Curl Super Waterproof Mascara. This one I've used before. And then I decided to try the Heroine Make Volume and Curl Mascara Advanced Film version. So this one is not as waterproof as this one, I believe. They have different wands. This one is a bit more curled, whereas this one is like a bit straighter and more triangular, I would say. But I really love both of these mascaras. I feel like if I had to differentiate, I think this one is a bit more lengthening. It's hard to say because I feel like the formula changes as you keep using it as well. I'm going to keep testing this out, but these two have definitely been my favorite Eastern mascaras, and this one is my favorite Western mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This mascara is really good. The only thing I would say is that it's not as lengthening as these two mascaras. Lastly, I have a couple of lip products that I wanted to mention, and I honestly don't wear a whole lot of lip products, so it's kind of surprising that I actually have three that I want to talk about. But I think that just goes to show what has made it through my collection of things that I would actually reach for and want to wear. So the first one I have mentioned on my channel before, and it's the ColourPop Just a Tint Lip Crayon. And I really like these because they have enough pigment where it actually shows color on your lips, but they're sheer enough where it doesn't look odd just wearing it on your lips by itself. Because I have pretty pigmented lips naturally, I feel like sometimes lip colors can look a little bit weird on me, but I feel like these are just sheer enough where it doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. So this one is my favorite in the shade Cherry Pickin'. It's perfect for fall. I would say it's like a nice peachy brown color. The next two lip products are actually pretty recent purchases as well, but because I'm already reaching for them, I feel like that says a lot. So one of them is the Kosas Wet Lip Oil in the shade Dip. I also have it in the shade Jaws, I think, which is like the red color, and I really like that one as well. But this one is just like the perfect everyday nude gloss. It's not like the shiniest, glossiest gloss I've ever tried, but I just really like the color of it. It's not sticky at all. It just feels really moisturizing and so lightweight on the lips. And the last lip product is the Glossier lip gloss in red. I feel like every time this year I've seen someone on Instagram and liked the lip gloss they were wearing, it's always been either the Glossier clear lip gloss or the red one. I like the formula and I love this color. I'm really glad I got the red one. I would say compared to the Kosas lip oil, this one is a lot less pigmented. This one just provides like a really nice brightening rosy color to your lips, and I love this formula. It just makes your lips look really juicy. It's not sticky at all, and this is just like the perfect lip gloss to like keep in your bag and throw on whenever. Okay, I think that's it. We made it through the end of the video. It's quite a bit darker in my room now, but those are the majority of the makeup that I have loved and used a lot this year. 2019 has been a pretty crazy year, and I almost can't believe that I'm sitting in front of the camera filming for you guys right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!